Just my wife, my sister, my 2 kids, they went to hospital as of now.
The anguish of a man going through a life-shattering emotional period. Misery is written all over the faces of the family who have just lost 2 of its members. They are not alone. Other members of the Zubulu community share this pain because they are also exposed to the agony of loss.
Almost every family in this community share the pain one way or the other. You are your cousin, your daughter-in-law. So anger is everywhere.
The shock of the shooting at St. Philip's Catholic Church on the 6th of August, in which 12 people died, still vibrates through the community. The people, though downcast, are slowly coming to terms with their fate. This man had plans for his daughter's future, but all that has changed.
I'm unhappy that what is happening, that we cannot fight God. All my prayer is that let God approve those people that did these things on Sunday.
At the hospital, the death of one of the 22 rushed here dampened the excitement of recovery of the others. The chief medical director briefed on their condition.
2 people have been discharged. Unfortunately, we lost one who had a woman who had multiple gunshot injuries in the chest and abdomen. She was operated upon, but the injuries were quite severe and multiple. That she eventually succumbed some hours after the surgery. Others are recuperating.
Since the incident, there has been a heavy presence of security agents. Going by the fear the experience has left in the minds of the people here, the police are welcome to stay for as long as they want, until those behind this are brought to book and they can feel safe again.
Oh yes, indeed. Now we'll turn attention to that church attack, and amidst several questions being asked of the police and what their findings are. But we've got another guest. Mark.
Well, thank you, Chamberlain. Yes, I have with me in the studio Vince Onyekwelu, who is a security consultant and a former British police officer. You're welcome to Sunrise Daily.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Now, you watched on television, saw some of the people who were killed and, saw people or heard people narrate their ordeal in terms of what happened at Mass on Sunday morning. What ran through your mind when you heard about this sort of attack, a gunman coming into church and just killing people?
It's sad. May I first of all say, may the souls of the faithful departed rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
Obviously, it was one of those kind of uncultural, unsocial, unexpected kind of crime scene you have ever heard in Igbo land. All right. So obviously, it was very sad that people can do that. But going inside from a professional perspective, not from a sentimental perspective, the bottom line is an attack has happened. A mass attack has happened and casualties are there. What happened? Can they piece up the stories? Professionally, I believe I'll give respect to the governor of Anambra State. He did well in some areas. Let me say where he did well. For example, he came out on Sunday to show that as the chief security officer of the state, I'm supposed to come out here and deal with the situation. That was positive from him. Not trying to be off target. There has been issues in Nigeria when we had this kind of mass attacks and the people in power did not show presence in the first 24 hours. So give that to His Excellency Governor Obiano. Then followed up, he went to the hospital, did what he's supposed to do. Then on Monday, he was on TV to make a statement about what happened, to give his own perspective, whether it's a primary or permanent statement about the business that's gone sour from outside Nigeria. But Sunday, he did what he's supposed to do. Monday, he's done what he's supposed to do. So I give that to him. Now, for the side of the police, let's understand that the police commissioner has been in office for barely 3 months. He's barely new in Anambra State. So the bottom line is, when he was getting his handover document, what was the picture that was painted to him about this crisis in this community? What research was he able to come out of that picture that he was painted? So I start to say, now I understand the reasons why they were a bit quick to make a preliminary statement of this is the root cause of the situation. Because they have been on the ground. The governor has been in seat for 3 years plus now. He has information. The Commissioner of Police just came into office. He's 2 months, 3 months in the office. He was giving information. So they had a picture. But the danger where I will knock them massively is how prepared they were, knowing that this is a very heated environment, knowing the magnitude of what could happen. What was their preparedness? That's number one. Number two, how effective, what was the kind of effective partnership between them and the community? Example, the traditional ruler. Example, the people of that community. Example, the local security, what you call vigilante groups in that community. Let me say it was fairly okay, because by the time they got the information by 6:20 or 6:30 in the morning, they got information pretty quick. That means they got information. That means they had partnership. So I'll give the Commissioner of Police big tick on that side.
In other words, they actually had intelligence that these people were going to strike?
It means that they had effective partnership. Let me use the right word, because that effective partnership gives you that intelligence that they've heard that something was going wrong. I also got information that one of the key players was in the community few days, or has just left the community before it happened. There's a chance, I'll give this to the governor and the Commissioner of Police, there's a chance that once that key player left the community, they were able to de-escalate the potential of anything happening. They relaxed themselves, and the criminals now struck because they were all relaxed. But where I'm going to knock them is the issue of the level of victim care. Very poor in Nigeria. Sorry, His Excellency, I'm going to talk to you directly. I saw people, like 6 women, in a truck piled on top of one another. So what was that all about? How can you carry Nigerians, Igbo people, and pile them on top of each other in a truck? How expensive is a body bag?
So that is unacceptable.
It's unacceptable, totally unacceptable. You want to form a better relationship with the people you serve, you have to respect their dead. The Anambra people respect their dead. They bury their dead. They give them respect. But when you put women on top of one another, as if they are on some unidentified people, some savages, that is poor from my own vision. They deserve better treatment when you have a better victim care. Yes, the hospital side was good.
But looking at, the fact that you talked about, them possibly having intelligence, because for a lot of people, they wondered how it was that they were able to get very quickly the fact that, this was a drug war. This was between gang members and, from what we even understand, they even have more intelligence, knowing that these people, they strike even the families of their perceived enemies, that they do not wait for anybody to enjoy the loot of what the other gang member might have had. So why, if at all, did they have any reason to relax their guard?
That is a very good question, because as I said to you, if it's right that one of the key players left this crime scene a few days and they relaxed, that means were they playing for the presence of that key player? Once he left the crime scene, they relaxed.
But they're protecting him.
That is a question for the Commissioner of Police to answer. That once he left, were they protecting him, or once he left, they not think about the community, the bigger community now? But this is another dimension that is very dangerous. Terrorists, criminals are getting smarter every day. They have an understanding